This is note-taking guide 6.7. So again, we're finding distance and area of the figures that we're going to graph. You guys, it seems like with only 2 problems on this note-taking guide that this should be really quick, but I think this is going to be some of the most tedious work that we've had to do so far, because we're going to have to find the distance formula on everything, and then we're going to be able to find the perimeter. We can't find the perimeter until we've done that groundwork of finding the distance on everything. So let's just kind of graph this and let's see what it's going to look like, and then we'll start working on finding the perimeter by finding the distance between all of the sides. So our first ordered pair is at 8, 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. I'm kind of right here. It's hard for me to get a point on this iPad. So 8, 1. The other one's, the next one is at 8, negative 6. So this is, this was point A. The next one's at 8, negative 6. So we're down right here. That's point B. The next one's at negative 4, negative 6. So right there, that's point C. The next one is at negative 8, 0. That is not where it is. That's just where I touched my finger down to, which is right there. That's D. And then my last one is E, which is at negative 2, 5. So about right there. And what I'm really doing is I'm finding the perimeter around this shape right here, which is going to take a little bit of time because I can actually find I can actually count 2 of these distances, which is nice because I want to find them all. That's just a lot of work. If you notice this one right here that is straight down and this one right here that goes straight over, those 2 distances I can just count. I can count the spaces that I'm missing here between one and the other point. So we're going to count those, and then the other ones we have to find the distance formula from. So how far is it from A to B? Well, I start up here at 1. And I come down here to 6, so that distance is going to be 7, because 1 plus 6 is 7. And then over here I'm at 8, and over here I'm at negative 4, so that's a distance of 12 between those 2 spots. So I have 2 of my 5 distances. Now I need to do the groundwork to get the rest of them. And I think I'm going to go write these in a different color so that I can clearly see that those are my distances. Okay, so now I've got to find the distance between the other ordered pairs. So let's just pick a side to do. So let's do this side first from D to A. So D to A, I need those 2 ordered pairs, D and A. So D's ordered pair is negative 8, 0. A's ordered pair is 8, 1. And I'm going to find the distance between those by shoving them through that distance formula. So if you remember, it's x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Guys, we're just going to punch it in our calculator from here. We're not going to try to make any, if sometimes when we do it on our own, we just make mistakes. So this is minus a negative 8. So 8 minus a negative 8 squared in our calculator. And then plus 1, the minus 0, you probably could do that part in your head, but let's just do our calculator. Let our calculator do that work. When I do that, I get the square root of 257. When I hit equals, I get 16.03. So we're just going to round that to 16 if that's okay. So this value from here to here is 16. Okay. All right, now let's pick another side to do. Why don't we go, that's E. So let's go D to E. So D's ordered pair is negative 8, 0. E's ordered pair is negative 2, 5. And we're going to shove it through that distance formula again. So we're going to go x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And we're just going to punch that in our calculator again. We just don't even want to try to do that by hand today because we have a lot of math to do here. All right, when I do that, I get the square root of 61, which comes out as 7.8. So that one doesn't round nice, but that's okay. We're going with 7.8. Okay, then we just have one more distance to find over here. We got to go E to C. So E's ordered pair is -2, 5. C's ordered pair is -4, -6. And we're going to punch that through the big distance formula. So x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And we're going to punch that through our calculator. It's not really letting me, I'm off my page on my iPad here, so it won't let me put that squared term up there. But make sure you put it in your calculator. So -4 minus -2 squared plus -6 minus 5 squared, all underneath the square root. When I do that, my calculator gives me 5 square roots of 5, which comes out as a decimal point number as, let's go with 11.2 on that. So this side is 11.2. Now you guys, when I look at this, I'm like, I don't know why this side over here is bigger than this side over here in measurement, but lots of times, you guys, when we're drawing things on in math, they don't necessarily look the way that we think they're supposed to. So, all right, I now have all of my measurements. So I'm going to erase this stuff over here so that I have some space to work again. If you remember, what I'm trying to do is find the perimeter. So now I've finally got enough of my values here that I can find my perimeter. My perimeter comes from finding the addition of all of the outside sides. So I'm going to take these values and I'm going to add them together. I'm going to do 7.8 plus 16 plus 7 plus 12 plus 11.2. And I'm going to add all of those together to get my perimeter. So 7.8 plus 16 plus 7 plus 12 plus 11.2. And when I do that, I get my perimeter is 54. So that was a lot of work to do the perimeter. You'll be happy to see that your assignment is pretty short today because, like I said, it's a lot of work to find the distance on these. But I know you can do it. So, all right, one more example here. It says calculate the perimeter and the area. So this time I have to find the perimeter and the area. So two different things. And again, it's disappointing on this that I have to find the distance on all of these because none of them are straight across or straight up and down. So I'm going to have to put them all through the distance formula. So I got to write down my ordered pairs. This first ordered pair is 0, 0. This ordered pair is 2, 2. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this ordered pair is 7, -3. And this ordered pair is 5, -5. So again, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing that I did before, finding the distance between these by using those ordered pairs. So the first one we're going to do, let's do 2, 2 with 7, -3. So I'm coming for this side first right here. And I got to put it through that big long distance formula. So I'm going to go 7 minus 2 squared plus -3 minus 2 squared. And I'm just going to punch it into my calculator that exact way. So in your parentheses, 7 minus 2 squared plus, and then your parentheses again, -3 minus 2 squared. Let your calculator do the work. It gives me 5 square roots of 2. When I push my button, I get 7.07. So this distance right here is 7.07. Okay. Now I'm just going to pick 2 more ordered pairs and do the same thing. In just a minute here, I'm going to have to erase some of mine because I don't have enough space on my iPad to do all of this work. But let's go with the ordered pair 7, -3. And 5, -5. So I'm coming to this side right here is what I'm finding now. So I'm going to plug that into my distance formula. It's x minus x squared plus y minus y squared. So we're going to plug that in our calculator exactly that way again. So 5 minus 7 squared plus negative 5 minus negative 3 squared. Oh, isn't minus negative 3? It is minus negative 3 squared. Okay, so when I do that, I get 2.8. So this number right here is 2.8. All right, I gotta erase this so that I can have some space to do the next two. So 2 more, and then we can find our distance and our perimeter and our area. All right, so let's do this side next. Do we think it's going to be 7.7? That's going to, or 7.07? That will be a good question. Because if this other side is 7.07, then we are going to know that the other side is 2.8 automatically. This looks like a rectangle, which means opposite sides should be congruent, but we can't assume that. So let's really quick do those ordered pairs, 5, negative 5, and 0, 0. And if it comes out to be 7.07, then that'll be nice, but maybe it won't. I don't know. Hopefully it's a rectangle. So we're going to go 0 minus 5 squared plus 0 minus negative 5 squared. Punch that in your calculator. When I do that, I get 7.07. That is a happy day. If this one's 7.07, then this one automatically has to be 2.8 because this is a rectangle. Suddenly, I am in love with rectangles, so I don't have to do any more work. No more distance formula today for me on this problem. Yay. All right, so 2 problems we have to do here now. Perimeter. Perimeter is going to be easy. Add around the outside. 2.8 plus 2.8 plus 7.07 plus 7.07. When I do that, my perimeter is 19.74. Yeah. My area, on the other hand, even easier. It's length times width or base times height, whichever one you want to say. So we're doing 7.07 and we're timesing it by 2.8. So 7.07 times 2.8 and we get 19.796 for the area. No units on this, so we're going to put units up here. We're going to put units squared on this one. All right, you guys, so again, we cannot assume that these are squares or rectangles. We have to check one side at least before we can make that jump to the other side. But hopefully we get lucky on some of these and they end up being nice figures so we can just assume that the other sides are the same. You guys come and see me with questions. I know this is a lot of work on these problems, so come and see me. Good luck on your homework.